Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, this is going to be one of those lengthy videos, but I want you all to stick around because I'm going to show you all how my portfolio over the last 24 hours has increased in value over $26,000 simply by applying some of the things in which I'm going to show you all in today's video breakdown that I utilize when I'm looking into investing into certain digital assets and how I go about adding these assets to my portfolio given the market environment. So we're going to cover fundamental analysis. We're going to cover fear, uncertainty, and doubt and the mindset surrounding investing. And then I'm also going to go over some logical technical analysis that I utilized on each of these digital assets. With that being said, if you all enjoy these video breakdowns, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. Remember that nothing that I mention in this video breakdown constitutes as financial advice. I'm not telling you all to go out and add these digital assets to your portfolio. I personally did because I believe in the long-term valuation of each of these digital assets. And I'm also willing to hold some of these digital assets long-term because of the opportunities in the DeFi space surrounding these different assets to take advantage of growing my wealth in the now. So with that being said, let's share screen and let's jump in. We're first going to talk about mindset, because at the end of the day, if you have a weak mindset, i.e., you don't believe in yourself, you're not too sturdy with the way that you perceive the world and your perspective on things, then at the end of the day, that will relate and transcend into your trading portfolio or your investment portfolio. If you have a negative, pessimistic mindset, you will most likely have a horrible track record in investing and trading. So if you all remember, just a few days ago, as of time of recording this video, it is the 16th of July. This fundamental piece came out on July 9th, 2024, when the Crypto Fear and Greed Index and the total cryptocurrency market cap hit its lowest level since January 2023, when Bitcoin was trading at roughly around the $17,000 range, give or take a few percentage points, right? Now, the reason why I'm even covering this, let's head over to the X space. I said to you all on X, stop listening to these crypto simps on the internet talk about these specific digital assets as if they are actually making money in crypto. There's so many up and down perspectives in the cryptocurrency market on YouTube and on X, and the vast amount of manual retail investors are dead wrong. They have no strategy, they have no statistical or logical approach, and they're just chucking out their opinions onto the internet with no credentials or any logic backing what it is that they're saying. And 95% of manual retail investors listen to this garbage. I said to you all, I encourage all of my followers, i.e. you individuals in the Wealth 28 Club listening, I will be uploading this video to YouTube a couple of days from now. So you individuals that are my followers on YouTube as well, I encourage you all to take action and start making positive changes in your life. You will automatically see positive reflections in every aspect of your life when you actually give an F about what you consume. Remember, input equals output. Teach his own. Take that interpretation of what I said, however it is that you take it. A lot of people will say, oh, this is you being cocky. Oh, this is you having a vanity and da, 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 da. No, I'm trying to awaken people to get you to understand that the information that I'm going to display to you today in this video breakdown, if you decide to stick around, is the information that 95% of the manual retail investors overlook, but it is the most simplistic information that is easily accessible to every single person if you choose to tap in. And I encourage you guys to stick with me for the entirety of this video breakdown to tap in and gain an edge in this market, right? Again, we're not going to go over fancy indicators. We're not going to go over any fancy technical analysis. We're going to go over logical technical analysis, and I'm going to show you all how simple this is. So also on the X space, I just recently put out, since the beginning of July in the private CYPRX Discord, I've mentioned the implementation of capital on my personal behalf into 3 different assets, XRP, BST, and Arrow, which is what we're going to cover in today's video breakdown. So again, stick around for the entirety of this video breakdown. Even if you don't invest in these assets, you can still use this logical approach to investing across the entire crypto landscape, no matter what niche you're in, no matter what investments you're looking to make, right? So the performance highlights overall, Arrow is up over 117%, XRP up over 45%, and BST up over 40%. Now, each of these trade ideas that I sent to our private community were communicated at the exact bottom of their most bullish recent runs. This showcases the high level of accuracy in reacting to market movements by understanding market sentiment, risk on, risk off dynamics, and by leveraging institutional delta zones, i.e. simple technical analysis, all insights provided in the CYPRX chat ahead of the manual retail herd. So overall, over the last 24 hours, my portfolio increased in value over $26,000, did secure some profits off the top of that. But again, these are my long-term bags. Now, investing in crypto successfully is not hard if you have the right information and you know how to apply it properly, which again, in today's video breakdown, I'm going to attempt to show you how I do that, not financial advice. This is proof that insights can be drafted on multiple different assets. You have so many individuals committing themselves to tribalism in this market. Here at CYPRX, we do not commit ourselves to tribalism. We are diversified. It's not just XRP. It's not just DeFi. It's not just artificial intelligence. It's an entire spectrum of this Web3 ecosystem. So I mentioned to you all that there are no other influencers that can provide, at least from my personal perspective, maybe there are, but I have not seen them, accurate screenshots with updates to their private community like this. Here at CYPRX, we do provide the most accurate institutional delta zones that retail traders have access to. And you guys can see the screenshots across the board. These are screenshots from within inside our private CYPRX Discord, just to put my money where my mouth is and show you all that we did call the bottom of each of these assets. Again, 3 different crypto assets. And I'm going to in detail explain to you all, if you decide to stick around, how and what I did to do this. Okay. It's not hard, people. It is not rocket science. The cryptocurrency market is not rocket science. If you have a brain, if you're patient, if you have control over your emotions, and you're not some simp on the internet drafting your opinions into the market, and you're actually logical with your bias and your analysis, it's not hard to do this. Okay. So again, if you're that type of individual that has a brain and can, formulate some common sense around your trading and investment decisions, I promise you, watch. This is going to be mind-blowing towards the end of this video breakdown as to why I was even buying any of these digital assets. Okay. Because there's a reason. I'm not just some moon boy hypist drawing a Fibonacci extension on XRP telling everybody it's going to go to $1,000. No. So you guys can see here different screenshots, right? BST and then XRP. I mentioned on July 8th that I was buying XRP plus 45% from there. And then also on Aerodrome, the native digital asset on Aerodrome, Arrow, on the 4th of July, I mentioned that I was going to be buying and plus 117% from there, right? Not too much money, nothing significant, a couple of thousands of dollars, right? It's nothing major. But again, I just want to be transparent and show people why I was even doing this. So right across the board, the specific reason for each of these digital assets is because I'm attempting to build a DeFi portfolio, right? And each of these digital assets has its hand in the DeFi markets to some degree. Now, what we've seen over the past consecutive couple of months is a uptick in interest amongst financial institutions looking to jump into the DeFi space. And each of these different assets have their hand in the DeFi space to some degree, and in my personal belief, will perform well in the next bull market cycle, specifically because of the institutional adoption that is about to come into this market surrounding DeFi. I've shown you guys in previous video breakdowns, reading through fundamental pieces like this one, The Road to Institutional DeFi from Northern Trust, which is a large financial institution organization, Institutional DeFi, Navigating the Landscape, European Edition, June 2024. And then we also have this document from Standard Charter. If we scroll up here, it's talking about real world asset tokenization, which we'll get into with this first project here in just one second. But you can see clear as day, they literally tell you in this document that they are building out the blueprints for the future market infrastructure that leverages the innovation potential of blockchain and DeFi. So this is now over 3 examples showing you guys, again, I'm not waking up and making this information up off the top of my head. This is, again, formulating that logical fundamental analysis. This is part of the fundamental piece, that layering effect as to why I was telling my private community that I was investing in these digital assets, because we see an uptick in institutional interest amongst DeFi projects. And so I follow the money. I also know that, again, DeFi is going to be a massive niche moving forward because the financial institutions that control this world, they know that the old system is dead. And DeFi is going to be the new way for them to earn yield on their investments. With that being said, The first digital asset is BST that we are going to cover in today's video breakdown. Why was I investing in it? How and why am I so bullish? Let me show you. So if you're not too familiar with what BST is, let's just do a real quick overview. This is the platform blocksquare.io. Now, if you're not too familiar with what this is, shaping the future of real estate. Blocksquare, i.e. the Blocksquare token. Okay, so tokenization infrastructure for real estate. This is a platform where businesses of all types, from startups to large enterprises, can use Blocksquare solution and APIs to digitize the value of real estate properties, launch their investment platforms, and connect people to tokenized real estate deals online. Now, BST, if you come up here and click token, is the native digital asset of this platform. It goes on to say right here, what is BST token? It is the utility token powering Blocksquare's ecosystem. Right? So just in a nutshell, I won't go too much in detail. That is where this digital asset comes from. And if we just come over here, you can see that over the past consecutive couple of weeks on their X space, they have seen exponential growth on their platform. Here you can see this fundamental piece is from July 5th. And I was able to see this because I follow them on X and put two and two together, which again, I'm going to show you in today's video breakdown, gave me that layering effect and that confidence to invest in this digital asset, right? So this is from July 5th. They tweeted out on their X profile, in the past 12 months, they have more than doubled their total value of tokenized real-world assets in real estate, right? To date, they have tokenized $122.8 million of real estate properties with that many more properties in the pipeline, excuse me, with many more properties in the pipeline. So they go on to announce that is for a fact, which was phenomenal to see considering what I showed you all, okay? Keep in mind, on July 9th, a couple days after, the crypto fear and greed index hit its highest level or lowest level, excuse me, since January 2023. That's going to play an important role as we progress. Okay. So why am I so bullish? And again, you can click through and look at the rest of their fundamental pieces. They had some exponential growth over the past consecutive couple of days. Here it even says steady progress this week, another tokenized property being added, continuing the amazing progress that they've had this year. So they were very active, especially during a market downturn. That is something that I look for when I'm investing in digital assets, is when everybody else is fearful and doubtful, what digital assets are thriving, which ones are networking, which ones are connecting and innovating and continuing their growth curve. Okay. So let's just take a second and pause. I want you to understand, again, they are embedded in the niche of tokenized real estate. Okay, so let's just formulate our brains around how big the real estate market is worldwide and how exponential it is going to grow over the next consecutive couple of years, so you can understand why I'm so bullish on this project and why I decided to invest in it when and where it was at via price action when we get to that part of this breakdown looking at the charts. The real estate market worldwide is expected to reach, according to this report, a staggering value of 637 trillion worldwide by 2024. That's this year. Among the various segments, residential real estate dominates the market with a projected value of approximately $518 trillion. Now, looking ahead, this sector is anticipated to grow to an annual rate of 3.41% between now and 2028, resulting in a market valuation of roughly around 729 trillion freaking dollars by 2028. Keep that in mind as we progress. Now, a Forbes article that I found in relationship to tokenized real estate goes on to say, the market size for real estate tokenization was 2.7 billion in 2022. Its growth trajectory indicates that it could reach $16 trillion. Again, keep in mind, that's a nice sturdy value right there by 2030, according to a report by Boston Consulting Group, right? A major consulting firm. That's not coming from me. That's coming from a major consulting firm. So keep in mind that Blocksquare is literally at the forefront of bringing tokenized real estate on chain and tokenizing real estate in general. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And this Forbes article, i.e., getting information from Boston Consulting Group, is telling everybody 16 trillion by 2030. So let's just assume, again, this is all hypothetical and it is speculation, but let's just throw some numbers out there so I can blow your mind. Right now, Block Square, or the BST token, is hovering at roughly around 39 cents. Now, when I had mentioned it to the CYPRX private community, it was sitting at roughly around 30 cents when I had dollar cost average in. And we'll get into the technical analysis in just one second. But let me show you the trajectory that I was looking at via looking long term at the road down the road 2030 agenda. Okay. So let's just take 5% of $16 trillion, right? 5% of $16 trillion. Let's just say that Block Square gets a total valuation of that $16 trillion projection by 2030. That's $800 billion in market capitalization, ladies and gentlemen, right? And again, we're going to lowball this number just to blow your mind. So let's go over to Coin Perspective. I hate using this platform, but let me just show you, okay? So let's plug in $800 billion, again, under the assumption that Block Square gets just 5% of that $16 trillion market valuation of total real estate tokenized by 2030. Okay, so let's plug in 800 billion, which is a far-fetched number. I get it, right? Oh my gosh, that could never happen. Okay, cool. Well, if you just go look at Ethereum or you go look at Bitcoin right now, where are they sitting at? And right now we are still in a speculative, unregulated phase right now. Okay, I'm talking about 2030. That is a 4,000, almost a 40,000x, right? We're looking at about a $15,000 token for one BST. If we just reached 5% tokenized real estate, again, $16 trillion by 2030. Now, I don't think that this is going to happen. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I will be taking profit way longer before that because let's just look, okay? Let me blow your mind. Let's just plug in $1 billion of tokenized real world assets in the form of real estate. That is a $19 BST token. Mind you, BST token is only 39 cents right now. When I bought it, it was 30 cents. Now, do I think $1 billion is 110% achievable? One of the leading digital platforms that is tokenizing real estate right now? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Now let's lowball that even more for all the naysayers that are like, oh, 800 billion is never going to happen. Oh, 1 billion is never going to happen. Okay, let's just plug in 500 million. Okay, $500 million market cap for BST puts it at a 24x or a $9 BST. Do I think that this is going to happen the next bull market cycle? Maybe not. Maybe it does. But by 2030, do I think that this is going to happen? 110%. And so this is why, and one of the many reasons, fundamentally, why I invested in this digital asset, regardless if you believe in this project or not. Again, go do your own research. They are attempting to be regulatory compliant to some degree. They're open about all of their innovations on social media. You can go and watch active YouTube videos and see their activity all across their social media platforms right now. So they are developing during the times in which, again, the crypto fear and greed index was at a low level not seen since January 2023. Keep in mind, when they posted this fundamental piece on X was on the 5th, if I'm not mistaken, right? So just keep that in mind, i.e. the analysis that I'm attempting to give you guys. So now let's head over to the charts. Outside of all of those things, the future projection of this digital asset that I think it's 110% going to reach at least a minimum of a $1 billion market cap, possibly even looking at a $20 billion market cap in the near future in the next maybe 2 to 4 years, something along those lines, I think is also possible. But again, forward looking. A lot of people don't want to hear that long-term perspective bullcrap because everybody wants to make money now, right? But again, it's most likely because you don't have the right information. That's why you're not making money now. So let me show you guys technically why I was, i.e. technical analysis, why I was dollar cost averaging into this digital asset. So you guys obviously, of course, can see the analysis that I sent to the private members on the 8th of July. Here it is. I said, adding to my BST long-term bags, I'm putting in about $2,000 worth of capital at current prices and will continue to DCA in as long as price is below 50 cents, right? And so with that being said, let's clear out all these drawings and just let's look at some simple logic, okay? Look at where price was at the beginning of the year. Here is January, the low of January 2024, this year, okay? And look at the high from this year, coming in roughly in March 2024, before the total cryptocurrency market started pulling back. Taking a simple Fibonacci extension tool, which again is a tool that measures discounted price. It is not some tool that is going to measure where the future projection of this digital asset is going to go. It is a tool for you to visually see where discounted or premium price is, so you can confirm that in your TA. Well, if we take our fib from the low of price at the beginning of the year 2024 and extended all the way up into the high, which was roughly about $1 this year in 2024, you can see that price was well below the 79% discounted mark. Think about that. So while the rest of the market was fearful at the beginning of July, Block Square was doing nothing but innovating and posting bullish fundamentals. You can see bullish fundamental after more on-chain tokenization via their platform from the beginning of July onward, right? So I put two and two together, zoomed out, looked at the charts, understood that this is a discounted asset that has massive future potential in my personal opinion, and so I bought it. And it paid off handsomely. Obviously, of course, nothing too significant yet, but still up in my dollar cost average positions, showing you guys how to create a rising equity curve for yourself and not just dollar cost averaging in for no reason with dumb speculation because you watched a random YouTube video. This is actual fundamental technical analysis and logical thinking, okay? Keep in mind everything that I've mentioned so far. Let's move on, right? So BST out of the way. Now let's move on to XRP. One of the reasons why I'm so bullish on XRP is not because of its utility surrounding payments. I get that whole entire niche orientation for XRP and that whole part of the XRP community. I'm beyond that. I figured out a way to utilize my digital asset XRP to work for me to create passive income in the DeFi niche. Now, remember, I just showed you 3 fundamental documents, PDFs from large financial institutions discussing and talking about DeFi. Now, over the past consecutive couple of years, the XRPL ecosystem has never had a fully orchestrated and infrastructure in the DeFi niche to this day. However, this year, that is completely changed. I said to you guys on the X Space, last bull market cycle, XRP had no DeFi ecosystem like ETH did, helping support and boost momentum. However, this time, that is all changed for the first time ever. The DeFi ecosystem alone on these specifically 3 networks, but just talking about XRP, is about to explode in TVL over the next, that's total value locked, over the next 8 to 12 months, in my personal opinion. How can we see that, right? Well, let's just take a look at some headlines mentioning institutional DeFi on the XRPL. Here's one example from May 28th, 2024. We can even go back every single month from the very beginning of this year and track a DeFi niche-oriented fundamental piece that came out for the XRPL literally every month, month after month, leading us up into July 2024. Here you guys can see this is the fundamental piece from the 29th of 2024, mentioning institutional DeFi initiatives, i.e. Ripple, hiring business development managers to drive firms, ETF, and institutional DeFi initiatives. Here we see a fundamental piece from the month after on February. Ripple XLR Foundation enhancing XRPL cross blockchains, right? Here we see another one, XRPL blockchains plugs into cross-chain DeFi. This is from March 27, 2024. Another month right after, April, we see XRPL Ledger auto-bridging could streamline DeFi transactions. Here's another one, May, the month right after, Ripple and Persist, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, to leverage EVM OS for XRPL EVM sidechain development. And then here we see another one from June 25th, total XRP locked and XRPL AMM pool surpasses 10 million milestone, right? Think about that. Every single month from January up until June, there were DeFi, 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 DeFi. And here in the CYPRX Wealth 28 Club, we were telling people to pay attention. We accomplished brand new milestones on the XRPL that have never been seen before. And people are still worried about a $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $100 price XRP, when in reality, the entire year of 2024, you could have been utilizing the XRPL AMMs to grow your XRP bags. Some people in the private CYPRX Wealth 28 Club grew XRP bags over 50,000 XRP units plus, in addition to their long-term bags, just by utilizing the information in the CYPRX Wealth 28 Club and tapping into DeFi, right? Again, individual representatives like David Schwartz and Marcus Enfinger all told you guys about the developments in the AMM features on the XRPL throughout the entirety of 2024. And I've already shown you guys how institutions are for a fact interested, right? Now, also this month in July, we saw another positive fundamental piece. Keep in mind, on each of these digital assets across the board, you will notice that when the crypto fear and greed index was at its lowest level, shaking people out of the market, that is when an extremely bullish fundamental for each of these digital assets came out. And you can see that reflected right here. This fundamental piece is from July 12th, 2024. XRP news today. An XRP index launch, SEC appeal, and XRP spot ETF hopes and focus. Now, investors reacted positively to the news of the CME Group launching a new CME CF reference rate and real-time indice for XRP. Brad Garlinghouse, on an interview, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, went on to state that the first steps towards institutional crypto products is to have a trusted benchmark reference rate. Nice to see the CME Group and CFE Benchmark collaborate on this for an XRP index. The market has spoken. Now, again, keep in mind, when we go and we are looking at the technical analysis surrounding XRP, I mentioned to the private CYPRX community on the 8th of July. If we go look, here is the screenshot on the 8th of July when XRP was trading at around 41 to 42 cents that I was going to be buying XRP. I gave them this tiny technical analysis and I mentioned a tiny bounce from roughly around 41 to 42 cents, possibly coming up into the 60 to 62 cent range. As of time of taking this screenshot, XRP price ran all the way up into 59 cents, which is an over plus 45% increase from where I mentioned this to the private community. Now, outside of all the fundamentals that are bullish for the digital asset XRP that we've seen over the past consecutive couple of months, and Brad Garlinghouse's little tiny optimistic statement on the news platform, let's just look at the logical TA. So many people complain about the digital asset XRP. Why? It's because they're listening to bullish moon boys tell them when price is all the way at 94 cents that it's going to $1 plus. It's because when price is at 75 cents, all these bullish influencers are buying all the hopium and saying it's going to go to 1,000, and so on and so forth. And the cycle repeats itself. But what nobody's paying attention to is buying XRP when it's discounted. So taking my Fibonacci, just like I did on BST, from the low of January 2023, over a year ago, to the high that was created in July 2023 after the Ripple XRP lawsuit clarified that XRP was not a security, taking my fib from the low to the high, I noticed the same thing on the digital asset BST as I did the digital asset XRP. The crypto fear and greed index was at a low that had not been seen since January when Bitcoin was at $17,000. The market was pumping out bullish fundamentals. While at the same exact time, XRP price, if you go look on the 8th, looking down at the bottom of my chart, was below 79% discounted. I saw that as an opportunity to add more XRP to my bags, bought XRP, and am now sitting in profit. You don't see me complaining about the price of XRP. Why? Because I actually know how to dollar cost average in properly to earn money in this space in market downturns and when everybody else is fearful, by utilizing, again, same concepts I did in BST, logical fundamentals, sound technical analysis, and simplicity, right? It is not hard to see this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, as long as you zoom out and you see the bigger picture, right? Last but not least, Arrow, right? So if you're not too familiar with what Aerodrome is, Arrow is its native digital asset, i.e. the jet engine of Base, the Aerodrome MetaDex. Aerodrome is a MetaDex combining the best of Curve convex Uniswap into a single streamlined protocol uniquely designed to serve as the primary trading and liquidity hub of the Base ecosystem. Now, we saw some massive price fluctuations and surges in price in the native digital asset Arrow at the beginning of this year. You can see here, Aerodrome finances. Arrow surges after Base ecosystem fund investment. That took place at the beginning of this year in roughly around February timeframe. We also had some major fundamental announcements as the year continued. This is from March 26, 2024. Aerodrome leads Base's surge in total value locked to nearly almost $1 billion at its peak in March on the 27th in 2024. Now, if we go and we look, keep in mind all of these fundamentals like we saw in Ripple XRP, Brad Garlinghouse on the 12th mentioning, you know, the CME Group, possible indices for XRP, right? Or indexes for XRP. We go and we look at BST announcing a brand new milestone unlocked on the 5th of July. And now we look at Aerodrome. Look at the dates, okay? This stuff is not hard to see. This is a post from July 10th, 2024. Aerodrome volume takes flight. Aerodrome hits a $1 billion in accumulated volume within 7 months and skyrockets to 15 billion in just 3.5 months later after slipstream pools were deployed. Now, again, this is cumulative volume. This is not TVL. We'll get into TVL in just 1 second, but take that into consideration that this was posted only a few days after the crypto fear and greed index hit its lowest level since January 2023, when the rest of the market was fearful. Now, take that into consideration, because when we go and we look at the charts, again, here is the screenshot a couple of days before these positive fundamentals on the 4th of July. I mentioned that these are areas of interest that I was going to be buying Arrow. And you can see that from that level in that date, Arrow increased over 117%, clearing out these drawings and going to the higher time frame, just like we did on BST and just like we did on XRP. If we zoom out, i.e., utilizing the higher time frame to analyze price properly, we can see that from this low that was created back in March 2024, taking our fib from here all the way up to the high that was created in April 2024, a fib extension from the low to the high shows us a discounted price of over 79%. Keep in mind, again, positive fundamentals were coming out when the rest of the market was fearful. Everything was discounted and nobody was buying because of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Again, simps in the market, shaking you out, basing their opinions instead of looking at facts. The facts is that the growth of these ecosystems is undeniable. Now, let's just go look at the TVL locked on the base ecosystem. So here on DeFi Llama, you can see there's $1.6 billion of TVL right now locked on the base ecosystem. Aerodrome is the top performing DEX with over $593 million in TVL locked on the base chain. Now, utilizing a simple question, ChatGPT, you can see I plugged in what is 596 million in the percentage of 1.6 billion. That's over 35%. So over 35% of the TVL of the base chain is locked on this DEX. This DEX being Aerodrome, and Arrow is the native digital asset of this DEX. Keep in mind, they had a massive surge in accumulative volume over the past consecutive couple of months. Keeping in mind also that price was at a discounted price over 79%, piecing all of those things together and understanding again that the DeFi space, looking at financial institutional interests, is only going to continue to grow after regulations come in over the next consecutive couple of years. So Aerodrome was the last digital asset that I added to my most recent long-term bags, showing you guys step by step a detailed perspective. Now, again, this is scratching the surface. This is not everything that I utilize. I did not incorporate delta zones, institutional delta zones that we offer in the CYPRX private Discord and so on and so forth, and other intraday analysis techniques. But this gives you a broad overview of real investors like myself and other individuals in the CYPRX community utilizing our knowledge to actually build a rising equity curve up over $26,000 in one trading day. Putting my money where my mouth is. This is not me telling you guys to go and buy XRP because I think it's going to be $1,000 in the future. No, if you want to make money in the now and you want to learn how to grow a portfolio, whether you're a trader, a dollar cost averager, looking to just buy at a discounted price and put bags away in a cold storage, you can utilize these methodologies and some of the layers that I've incorporated into my investing, and again, to your own, if you choose to seek that knowledge and what it is that I teach in the CYPRX private communities. As always, none of this is financial advice. I would never tell anybody to go out there and stick their hard-earned money in the cryptocurrency ecosystem because it is very risky, it is unregulated, and at the end of the day, this is all speculation and very uncertain. But this just goes to show that with proper analysis, proper understanding of fundamentals, patience, a sound psychological control over not only yourself, but your way of thinking, you can actually make money in this space. Living, breathing proof, I'm just a normal guy, at the end of the day, attempting to lead a team of logical thinkers. And if you're willing to come and join that team, then we're willing to accept you. You guys can visit CYPRXtrading.com to see the different services and features that we offer here at CYPRX. We would love to have motivated individuals on the team that are actually looking to expand their knowledge curve and way of thinking in this space. Many blessings to you guys. Hopefully you all stuck around for the entirety of this video breakdown. I know that it was a mouthful and it's a lot of stuff that people don't really want to hear at the end of the day. They want to hear bullish moon boy price projections. They want to see the best indicators. They want to see the best Fibonacci extensions and all the bullish moon boy price targets, right? I did give you guys a little bit of a price target on BST, 110% holding that digital asset long term. Other than that, many blessings to you guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed this one. If you did, again, do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. It does help the platform grow. If you all want access to any of the CYPRX material that we offer, you guys can visit cyprxtrading.com. If you have any questions, reach out to me. The email is in the customer support in the link below. As always, many blessings. Be cognizant, be aware out there, and I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.